Grandmothers have been holding their families and communities together at the epicenter of the AIDS crisis in sub-Saharan Africa for decades. If the devastating legacy of 30 years of AIDS in Africa is to be overcome, the know-how of the African grandmothers must be heeded, not ignored. The Grandmothers to Grandmothers campaign constitutes a liberation approach to international cooperation and solidarity. African grandmothers are now mobilizing to claim their human rights, and the Canadian-born Grandmothers to Grandmothers campaign is spreading across the globe. It's a story that must be told, and the world has yet to hear it directly from them. This book, Powered by Love, sets out to rectify that.
I'm the mother, I'm the father, I'm the grandmother. I was so young, the swine in my that I didn't know Mac, Mother Mac.
Village soon. For your dilemma, one gown, they would allow it. Yari Molimi. I ain't done and I know.
Loved me so much.
Done and I know. Era no Yariko Mana.
How old was the baby when
I had name is a make away and collect over Miaka? Mwezi mara 1 month. I feel so bad.
I think what was remarkable was we talked to so many grandmothers from so many different countries in so many different situations, and we expected a diversity, and there was a diversity, but there was this similarity, there was this thread of similarity in their stories around the isolation and the stigma that they experienced in the early days before they found each other, and this idea that I thought it was only me, I thought it was only in my house, I hid myself away.
People in the community were keeping me at a distance, and at the church they wouldn't sit next to me, they would sit in arm's length and so on, and the taxis, they wouldn't let me in.
Akwede majog ringo ka jipio pio ko kinyal hojo ngama tuono.
Be.
Omi chitoka pio. To ko yudo ngama hoye.
We heard over and over and over again the same story, the same cry of the moment, the catalyst for the transformation in every single life was that moment when they discovered each other, that we are not alone. That almost seemed like the theme of the entire book, was this discovery that we are not alone. And so the community-based organizations facilitated that first level of discovery when the grandmothers found out that there were others in their community that were going through the same thing, that the terrible secrets in their home and the trauma, they weren't carrying it, they weren't the only ones who carried it. I remember one of the grandmothers said she suddenly realized, God doesn't hate me.
Kwangisiza kakhulu ngoba nosulalela nalo yaxoxa nalo yaxoxa awu ngathi inkosi ngiyabona ukhona ngoba ngabe ngathi inkosi yami kanti akumina ngedwa kanti inkosi nama ingizodi kusiyafana
So it for her, she's
moko be koro kwero kata tin ni anyamwero chakara nono nikijana kwero gen tito kalo tira nikichamuonya ya okasambasa kendo kama chielo nikichidi
sabana mhlangano oliviki ezasesicethile basibuta kusiboma ke ngibani ufuna kuphekela labantwana labangakhona ukuthi goga bendele lutho kwabade ngase ngiyaphakamisa manje ke sacala ke kwakunebantwana lesana bo 9 years bangadi kuye esikolweni kodwa ngokufika kwaSapholi kube nelidladla wabakhanza abahleli lapha wababida bababuta ukuthi abayilene esikolweni bachaza khaya kubophuyiwe kwase kuthiwa ngibathathe nginobacela indzawo esikolweni.
It really was clear that they were doing so much and they were doing as much as they could, but no one was meeting them halfway. That there were a host of human rights issues. You know, there was property grabbing and pensions that were needed and universal education issues and healthcare for women over 50 or over 60 who were HIV positive. And in fact, it wasn't just about the grandchildren, was it? Because the grandmothers themselves are older women whose human rights were not being and are not being respected in so many ways. And I think they move so quickly from coming together and lifting everyone up and taking care of everyone and coming and disclosing themselves and talking, breaking through stigma. They moved very quickly to systemic change.
To be a grandmother, we must not be scared. We need to be honored as grandmothers because we've changed from being grandmothers to be mothers. And I want the grandmothers to be honored because most of us have successfully educated those orphans that were left by our children.
Bangifuna ukuthi baphile kahle. Kusina kakhula anemndeni wakhe asho ukuthi nganyelanga kwebe ngekhona ladlala lelefika naSwapholi ngangathi lutho ngangathi ngisho kwakungiloko nje ngifuna umfana mbone aphila kahle.
The book ends in the midst of African grandmothers' own momentum around claiming their human rights. The arc of the story starts with the devastation of the AIDS pandemic, but it ends with the beginning of the next chapter.
We will continue to struggle, and we will not give up the fight against HIV and AIDS. We will never give up because this grandmother's movement is powered by love.
እና እድል እንደው ተመቻችቶላት በእነሱ ድርጅት በኩል እንደው በትዳርም ይሁን በምንም ይሁን በትምህርትም ይሁን በትዳርም ይሁን ብቻ የሷን መሰል ሰው ታውቃ ብትሄድ ደስ ይለኛል። በቃ ህይወቴ በጣም የምታርፈው ተሰብራ እዚህ እንዳትቀርብኝ